Perfect. Yeah, if you just have all you will need is a comfortable seat, comfortable spot to sit down, lie down maybe. We will also be standing up briefly throughout the meditation, and maybe something to drink. Nice glass of water, some warm tea would be nice. Okay, beautiful. Oh my goodness, so many people are tuning in and we are ready to get started. Yeah, let's get started. So thank you everybody for being here. It is such an honor. We want to start by introducing ourselves because we have a lot of familiar faces, but some new faces here too. So we just want to start by introducing ourselves. I'm Manda.
I'm Malia.
We are the founders of Sisters That Stray. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We're so excited and so honored to host this really, really special, really sacred meditation experience. The intention of this meditation is to explore the depths of your inner world, to activate your chakras, to connect to the energy of Gaia, and to awaken your highest self. But first, let's give you some context of why we're all here, why we're gathered here. As you may know, we lead our Awakening Jungle retreats in Manuel Antonio, Costa Rica. We work with a beautiful, powerful team to co-create these experiences. We actually have our team here with us, so we want to introduce them. We're going to start by introducing Max and Rachel. Can you guys say hello and wave?
Hi there.
Hi.
Hi, guys.
Beautiful. So Max and Rachel, they are our dear friends and the power couple behind Teva Jungle Hotel in Manuel Antonio, Costa Rica, where we are so fortunate to be hosting our retreats. Max is going to be the one leading us in the meditation this evening. So we have a special treat from him coming up really soon. We also have Chelsea here. I think Chelsea's video is not on, but Chelsea, do you want to say hi?
We were having some technical difficulties earlier, so she might not be able to say hi, but
she is here with us.
Her presence is here.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, was that her?
I think so, maybe. Hello.
Hi, Chelsea. We could hear that a little bit. No worries. Her presence is here.
Yes, we feel your presence here,
Can
Chelsea.
you hear?
Oh dear. Okay.
That's okay.
Hopefully she'll pop back on and we can introduce her properly. But she's here with us in spirit. So as we've been preparing for this upcoming retreat in September, we've had a really tough decision to make in front of us because this pandemic has been affecting everyone. It's been affecting all of us. And we've been trying to just make the most responsible decision possible. We've been working really closely with Max and Rachel, who are there in Costa Rica right now, and they've been on the ground as all of this has been unfolding, and they've been providing us with information on how it's affecting Costa Rica. And unfortunately, because this country relies so heavily on tourism, and when their borders are closed, that means that so many people right now are out of work and they're out of money. They don't know how they're going to feed their families. So this was also weighing really heavily on our hearts as we were thinking about bringing this retreat, making it happen in September. And luckily, Max and Rachel have come up with a solution that made us feel really good about planning on September. And they are building a community garden using the grounds, the beautiful jungle grounds. They're not tearing anything down. They have already this beautiful, abundant, amazing jungle in their backyard, and they're going to use it to start growing food that will be donated to families in need in the community. Yes, look, it's already growing. Abundance. So this
delivered. They're so pretty.
Thank you for sharing. This is the food that is going to be donated to these families who are wondering right now how they're going to feed themselves. So we were just so blown away by this idea that they have come up with, and by their act of service. They're stepping up as leaders in such a big way right now, and that's everything that we want to be and everything that our community wants to be too. So we've linked arms with them, and we're donating 15% of all the proceeds from our Awakening Jungle Retreat in September to this garden. And that is what made us feel so good about continuing to move on with our plans in September. And even if September, if it doesn't work out, then we still have May and exactly a year from now. So it's exactly a year from now. It'll fly by. We have May set in the books for 2021. But like Max has always, he's been telling us through all of this, he's like, why not have a goal set in the midst of all of this? In the midst of really struggling, difficult times, it's helpful to have a goal that we're all looking to, and especially to have a movement behind it where we're able to contribute to those who could need some help right now. So we feel really good about this partnership. We have, basically we wanted to bring you guys together because Max has something really special that he wants to share with all of you. So I'm going to go ahead and hand it off over to Max, and he's going to explain a little bit more about what this meditation is going to entail.
Sure. So welcome everyone. We've been cultivating this property to become what it is today over the past two and a half years. And recently, as Rachel and I were here sort of under quarantine, just taking, and enjoying and appreciating the property that we're on because we're in this beautiful jungle, we were hiking through the woods in a section that we'd never actually been to. The property is 20 acres. And so it's a lot of space, and it's pretty thick jungle. So there are pieces of it that we'd never seen. And we went through it with a machete, and we created a new trail. And we discovered on this trail that there are a bunch of really incredible lookout points and really ancient old trees and large vines and rivers that we'd never seen. But we were so inspired by it because this is the trail that surrounds our brand new yoga deck, which is in the shape of the tree of life, if you're familiar with that shape, which is a common symbol in Kabbalah, in yoga, in a way of organizing the chakras. And so our yoga deck is already structured that way. And then we created a trail that actually is a very similar shape to that, but in a larger space that surrounds it. And all of these different things that we were finding along the trail align with different stations along that tree of life that represent different symbols. So we created this meditation that's a walking meditation through the forest that stops at each one of these beautiful points to reflect on a specific value or a specific chakra, a specific part of the body, if you're thinking about it in terms of yoga. And it allows us to use the trail for many different types of meditation. So we're going to go through today one of those examples. We're not going to do the entire thing because we want to leave something for you when you arrive so you can see it in person, because when you actually are walking through the trail, it's a very active meditation. It's a really incredible experience. Like the connection between your body and the forest, the jungle that you're walking through is spectacular. So we're hoping that by explaining it to you as you close your eyes and listen to the descriptions that I'll give you of what the trail looks like as we walk through each station, that you'll get a sense of it, and you'll still get the benefits from it as sort of like a virtual reality experience in your mind.
The imagination journey.
Yeah. So if you would like to find a space that's comfortable, if you're already sitting somewhere, it should be a space where you can both stand up and sit down comfortably. If you're inside and you'd like to turn your lights off, you're welcome to. If you're outside in sunlight, then you're fine, don't worry about it. But just to keep it as natural as possible. And so I'll be asking you during this entire meditation to keep your eyes closed. But as I'm going through the description of it, I'll tell you at certain points to open your eyes or close your eyes, or open one of your eyes or close another one of your eyes. And when I say that, I'm talking about your mind's eye. So even though your physical eyes will be closed, imagine that when I tell you to close your eyes, you'll be shutting off the visual input in your mind. And when I tell you to open your eyes, you'll be opening your mind's eye and you'll be seeing the visual that I'm painting for you. And those will represent different things as we go through this meditation. So find a comfortable position, seated. And close your eyes. we'll start by zooming out to a really, really wide out perspective, because I know you're all in different places around the US, around the world. And I want to bring everyone here to Costa Rica. So imagine zooming out, 1,000 miles above the planet. You're looking down from the moon. You're looking at the entire globe, and you see the shape of it, and you see North America, you see South America, and then you zoom down between the Caribbean Sea and the Pacific Ocean, between the Atlantic and the Pacific, down to the isthmus, the little strip of land that connects the two continents, and there you see Costa Rica. On the west coast of it, you'll see the beautiful Pacific Ocean. So we zoom down into the beaches on the west coast of this jungle country, a bright green country in contrast to the blue ocean. And you zoom down to a small place that we call Manuel Antonio, which is where Teva is located. And then as you're flying down, you start to come along the coast as if you're in sort of a gliding plane, if you're in some sort of helicopter maybe, or you've got like a drone view of the coastline, and you see these beautiful beaches with the ocean washing up on shore, pristine sand where there are no houses, there are no buildings, because this entire coastline has protection by the government. So no one's allowed to build directly on the seafront. They have to be back at least 200 meters. So you see this beautiful pristine coastline in the national park that comes out like a peninsula. And then up in the hills, over the top of all of this is a small piece of land that's 20 acres, right on the hillside, sloping down into a valley that flows into the ocean. And you zoom down into that patch. The shape of it is like a large circle, and you zoom down into it where you'll see a swimming pool, and you can find that swimming pool in that patch of green, and you'll zoom down into that swimming pool as if you're landing, and you'll come to your feet on the deck around the swimming pool. And around you, you'll see the beautiful gardens with flowers. You might hear some toucans in the trees. You could see scarlet macaws flying overhead as the sun is getting low in the sky, which is the typical evening scene here in Manuel Antonio. You'll hear the sounds of the jungle, the frogs peeping in the pond by the garden. And then all of us together, we can all look towards the woods behind the swimming pool. And then I'll invite you to come walk down behind the swimming pool. You'll take steps down below it, getting closer to the jungle itself. And as you walk down the steps into the jungle, you'll enter a pathway. And this is the beginning of the meditation. So you'll step down. It's about 10 steps down as you walk into the jungle. And as you're walking along the trail, you'll see the trail extend ahead of you. And then there's a part of it that goes to the left, and it's another set of steps down to a lower part into the valley. And as you look down that, as you arrive at that crossroads and you look down those steps, you'll see that ahead of you is this tree of life shaped yoga platform. And so you're down in the woods, looking down at the yoga platform from above, where you can see the full shape of it. And beyond it is this valley that flows away from it, where there's a stream that has a river that goes all the way down into the Pacific Ocean. But standing there above it, you've reached the first station of this meditation, which is called the crossroads. And as we're here, I'll just explain a little bit again what's going to happen. The path that we're about to take wanders down the left side of this river, this stream, going through the jungle as you go down the hill, through different types of terrains that I'll explain to you as you go along it. Finally, towards the farthest end of it, you're going to cross the stream to the other side. And as you come back on the other side of the trail, we'll pass a massive, massive tree, something that you can imagine from images of the jungle, with big roots and big vines wrapping all around the place. And then from there, you'll continue walking up the hill, up the other side of the river, back to another little pool where you'll cross again and come back towards where you're standing right now. And that will complete the entire circuit. And so here, standing at the crossroads, this station of the Tree of Life represents the idea of grounding yourself and receiving. The chakra that's represented here is the root chakra. The element that we're focusing on is the earth. Throughout this meditation, I may ask you to stand up or sit down or lie down even. As I ask you to do those things, please do them. Please stand up when I ask you to and sit down when I ask you to, but keep your eyes closed. And remember, this entire time you'll have your physical eyes closed, but you may open or close your mind's eye. Welcome to the Tree of Life meditation circuit. Before embarking, stand still, come to your feet. You're here at the crossroads. With your feet firmly planted on the earth, feel the connection between your physical body and the earth below you, and open yourself up to receiving all of the benefits of this meditation that you're about to undertake: physiological, psychological, intellectual, emotional. Find your stability here with your feet touching the earth. Let each breath fill you in with energy, and let each full breath out be a filter that removes negative energy. Imagine as you inhale, breathing the sweet scent of jasmine flowers into your lungs, filling you with light. As you breathe out, the water flowing down, your energy flowing down until it arrives at a personal aquifer of positive energy, a store of this energy below your feet in the earth, but that's connected to you. Receive this energy as you breathe out. Store it and keep it with you as you continue through your journey. Remember that every breath in is receiving energy, and every breath out is filtering the impurities out of that energy as you take it and store it in your personal aquifer through your feet as you ground to the earth. Now, using this idea, with your eyes closed and your hands by your sides, take 5 full breaths in and out using the meditation LAM. When I say using that meditation, you can use that with your breath if you'd like, silently inside your mind, or you can stay in silence completely. After the 5 breaths, I'll take us to our next station. You've now grounded yourself and you're ready to receive all the benefits of this meditation. Here at the crossroads, we will come down the steps towards the platform. And so with your physical eyes closed, but your mind's eye open, you'll imagine walking down the steps and into the entrance of the platform, where you'll take off your shoes and you'll leave them in a cubby on the side. And you'll walk forward. Here at the platform, you'll look ahead into the depth of the jungle. And in this space, when you come and do the actual meditation here, this is the component that's focused on connection and communication. This is the sacral chakra. This is focusing on your sexual center and the element of air. For now, seeing this space, we'll continue walking in our mind's eye out of the platform. You'll put your shoes back on, and we'll continue to the 3rd station. As you walk along the left side of the platform, you're going down the hill. As you continue walking down the hill, deeper into the jungle, you'll notice a small stone bench ahead of you. You'll walk to this bench and stand in front of it and take a seat. And looking ahead of you, you'll notice that there's this large, beautiful vine that's coming down from the canopy of the trees. You can imagine it, maybe it's the thickness of the leg of an elephant. It's a large vine that's been there for many, many, many years. At this station, we're focusing on the ideas of humility and acceptance. The chakra that we'll be focusing on is the solar plexus. We'll be using the mantra Ram. We'll be focusing on our left leg, and the element here is water. So now that you're seated with your eyes closed, your physical eyes closed, but your mind's eye open, your mind's eye is observing the forest in front of you in a very peaceful state as you breathe calmly. You've arrived here at the liana vine, having a seat on the stone bench and observing this majestic, ancient, living being hanging down from the canopy above you. It was here before you were born, and it will be here after you are gone. It stands in your way as an obstacle. You can't walk through this vine, but you do not have to conquer it and cut it down to overcome this obstacle. You can choose to accept it as it is and walk around it instead. So we'll use this as an opportunity to practice humility. Sometimes it is okay to accept someone else's leadership. It is okay to ask for help. Sometimes using your intellect to accept reality is better than acting on pure emotion alone. Meditate on forgiveness and humility. Forgive yourself for your flaws. Accept the actions of those around you without jealousy, without anger, and without disappointment. Bring your left foot up to rest on your right thigh as you sit in half lotus here on the bench. With your mind's eye open and using the mantra Ram, take 5 deep breaths in and out, focusing on forgiveness and acceptance. Now, rise to your feet. Leading with your left foot, you will continue walking along the trail towards the next station. Stepping down beyond the vine, feeling that sense of accepting the beauty of humility. You'll continue to another, you'll be crossing a small bridge that crosses a tiny valley. And as you continue to the other side, you'll walk along the edge of a steep hillside where you'll eventually arrive at a point that has a bench looking out down into the steep valley ahead of you. And from this point, which we won't focus on too much in this brief meditation, this is the center of the tree of life, where you would be focusing on harmony and balance. This point brings together all of the creativity, all of the different elements of the other stations into one, focusing on the heart chakra, where the element is focusing on air. And you see all the connections of the cycles of the forest at this point, accepting the beauty and harmony of this place. And from here, we'll continue walking to the next station, which is the woods. From this steep cliff that you're walking along, as the hillside goes down sharply on your right side, you'll continue walking downhill, forward, until the slope of the ground starts to flatten out. At this point, as the ground below you flattens, it starts to open up and you can see in every direction. Because you can see in every direction, it might be possible for you to be distracted by the beauty that you're seeing. You may see a bird in the distance that's colorful, that has amazing feathers. You may see an animal scurrying across the ground looking for food. You may even, at this far side of the property, hear some of the neighbors who are playing with their kids in their own property. There are many things that may distract you here, but the point is that in this section, you've come with a purpose. In this walking meditation, where we'll focus on the throat chakra, and we'll use the mantra Ham, we'll be focusing on our left arm and left side in the element fire. As we complete this walking meditation, you'll observe the openness of this section of the trail, the flatness of the ground, the thinness of the vegetation floor, where you can see in every direction. However, you have a specific goal, and your goal is to complete this circuit, this entire meditation. Despite the boundless love and light and opportunity that you receive from the universe as a metaphor, you must give your life structure in order to achieve any sort of creation. So as you walk through this section of the forest, raise your left hand to the sky, and you can do that now. Raise your left hand to the sky, and you'll be meditating through this section on accountability, on taking responsibility for your actions, on discipline, on setting boundaries for yourself and those around you, on controlling your urges. If you have any habits that are not serving you, acknowledge your power to reject those habits. Take this moment to conquer your enemies, both external and internal. With your hand raised, you'll take 5 deep breaths in and out, meditating on the idea of discipline. As you choose the path ahead of you, you'll eliminate distractions, commit to your course, and in your mind's eye, walk forward through those 5 steps to cross through this portion of the woods until you reach the riverbed. Now you can lower your arm, and with your mind's eye open, you've reached the river crossing, and you can look across the river. You can see that there are stones sticking out of the river, and you'll have to cross here. There's no bridge. This portion of it focuses on understanding and rational thought. The chakra here is the third eye. The mantra is Om. Your body portion that you'll focus on is your left eye, and the element is water. The purpose of this meditation, when you come and do this in person, is that you'll be undertaking a challenging meditation where, with only one eye open, your left eye, you'll have to choose the path that you need to cross through, and you will walk across the river with only one eye open, which is a challenge for your depth perception, but it's also an exercise in trusting the ability and power that you have to create rational thought and create plans and stick to them. As you cross over to the other side of the pond, you'll have another option to turn to your right and walk upstream through the water to a very special spot, which has no markings or no delineation. This has no chakra associated with it, no mantra specifically, no body part, no element. And this meditation is about finding the beauty in selflessness and the abyss, in nothingness, in emptiness, and accepting stillness and peace. And then after having a moment there, you would return to the trail and continue walking up the hill on the other side of the river towards the Tree of Life station. And as you walk up the hill through the trees, you'll see ahead of you, arising from the side of the hill out of the forest, this beautiful ancient tree that is rising higher than anything else around it up to the top of the canopy. It's a matapalo tree that has wrapped its vines around another tree that was there long before it, sent roots down to the ground, and once it hit the ground, it became this giant structure that towers over the rest of them. You'd take a seat at this tree when you arrive in person, and you'd meditate on the beauty of transcendence and the universe beyond yourself. You would focus on your crown chakra, on the mantra Om. On your body part is your head, the element of air. And then after this beautiful meditation on things that are greater than you and things that are older and wiser than you would come to your feet again and stand and continue into the jungle portion of the meditation. And as you walk through this next section, which you'll focus on in more depth when you actually come to Costa Rica and do this in person, this section is another very challenging active meditation where, like the one crossing the river, you'll be doing this portion of the walk with both eyes closed. While you're walking forward, only your right eye will, as you're walking, both eyes will be closed. But when you stop to stand still, you'll be able to open your right eye to see where you're going and plan your next move and continue walking forward. And the purpose of this station is to focus on wisdom and intuition, to understand that we within us already have so much wisdom, and our intuition is a guide that can tell us where to go, and that we can exercise that ability to trust that intuition. As we continue through this portion of the jungle of the thick leaves and vines and trees that make this portion of the trail sort of like walking through a tunnel of plants, we'll arrive to the far end of it, where eventually down below you'll see a bridge. And you'll walk down the hill, down the trail, back to another bridge that crosses the main river again to come back to the other side. And as you come down to this bridge, stand in the middle of it before you completely cross it. This section is focused on love and kindness. The chakra that we'll focus on with this meditation is the throat. The mantra we'll use is Ham. We'll focus on our right arm for this meditation, and we'll also focus on the element water that flows below us. As you stand on this bridge facing downstream, you'll close your mind's eye. You'll raise your right hand up to the sky, visualizing the process of receiving limitless light and unbounded love, endless energy from the universe, and feel it as it flows from the sky above you down into your hand. Feel that energy and love and light flow down through your arm directly into your heart. Let your heart radiate with this universal, limitless love. This love does not have judgment. It does not have division. It is pure and endless. As you open your mind's eye and lower your arm, visualize that love that's been absorbed into your heart, emanating from your chest and flowing down before you. As you look downstream, You'll watch that energy and love and light flow out of you, following the contours of the river towards the ocean at the end of the stream, where it will flow beyond and reach all corners of the earth. Bathe in this light and love, and breathe deeply in and out as you feel it energize you. Take 5 deep breaths in and out as you focus on the beauty and purity of this light. Having absorbed that beautiful energy, you'll turn to your left and continue walking to the other side of the bridge, and you've reached the left side of the river again. And from here, you'll walk up a hill, through the forest, up steps through the jungle. And from this point, you'll be able to look in the distance, and ahead of you, you'll see the yoga deck again. So you're coming back towards the beginning of the circuit. You've almost completed the full circuit, but we're still a few stations away. As you walk along the side of the yoga deck from a distance, up a hill to your left, you'll see a point where the trail goes down again towards the river. You'll follow this down through a few more steps until you reach a beautiful spot in the river where before you, looking at the river, you'll see a small waterfall flowing down into a beautiful pool surrounded by stones with little piles of rocks around the edge of the pool and a few very comfortable stones where you can take a seat. This pool is focused on perseverance and conquest. So pick the rock that looks the most comfortable in your mind's eye and have a seat there. If you'd like, you can dangle your feet into the pool, or if not, you can bring your right leg above on top of your left leg and sit in half lotus. Or if you'd like, you can sit in full lotus. The emphasis of this meditation is on your right leg and the right side of your body. And the element here is fire. Even though we're sitting at a pool, fire is very important to this meditation in perseverance and conquest. As you take a seat here at the edge of the pool, with your mind's eye open, imagine the shimmering surface and the cold feel of the water on your skin. Imagine this beautiful place and take in the beauty of it. However, I would like you to understand that this pool in the jungle was not naturally here. It was made through human effort. The rocks below you that you're sitting on were placed here intentionally to form a small dam to capture the water for you to be able to sit here and enjoy it. This beautiful place with a small waterfall in the background, the trees rising up above you. This portion of the meditation is active. I'd like you to come to your feet one more time, and in your mind's eye, you will go through the process of gathering stones. And the stones that you gather, you'll order them in size from large to small, and you'll place them on a spot that to you represents beauty. You'll put these stones one on top of the other to make a small tower to honor the beauty of this place. And as you do this meditation of gathering stones and placing them one on top of the other, you'll be honoring the endurance and the patience that it takes for you to see your passions through to completion. All creation comes from hard work. Using 5 deep breaths and the mantra Ram, in your mind's eye, collect the stones and create your tower within those 5 breaths. Now stand back and with your mind's eye, observe the beauty of the thing that you've just created and reflect on the perseverance that it takes to see something in your mind's eye and create it in reality, to see a project through to completion, the conquest that you have over conquering a goal, conquering an obstacle, the beauty of that. And take a moment, if you'd like, to celebrate that beautiful thing that you've done with dance, with song, with raising your arms above your head. Stretch out your full body and feel the pleasure that comes from creating something that you decided to create. Smile as you do this. Feel the pride of creating something through perseverance. And thank you for contributing through the tower that you've just created to an even more beautiful spot where people, as they come in the future, will see the tower that you've created and will be reminded of all the people who've come through and completed this portion of the perseverance meditation. And you will inspire them by creating something beautiful that will remain through the seasons. And from here, with your mind's eye open, you'll turn to walk back up the hill, back towards the beginning of the yoga platform, up through the trees, the thick plants, across another small bridge that's crossing a creek below you, back to the crossroads, the same point where you were at the beginning of this meditation. And as you reach this spot, you'll turn towards the yoga platform again down below you at the top of these steps in the jungle. And you're at the point again for grounding and receiving, where the chakra that you're focusing on is the root. The mantra is Lam. Your body part is your feet, and the element is the earth. As you return here, plant your feet firmly while facing the platform. Feel this connection to your physical body and open yourself up to receiving. Find your stability. Let each full breath in fill you with energy, and let each full breath out be a filter that removes negative energy. Inhale, breathing the sweet scent of jasmine flowers into your lungs, filling you with light. And exhale, imagining your energy pushing down like rainwater through your feet into the earth, filtering through layers and layers of dirt and rock, filtering out the impurities until it reaches your personal aquifer of positive energy. Receive this, store it, return to the rest of your day full of the wisdom, light, strength, humility, understanding, knowledge, harmony, connection, and perseverance that you received throughout your journey. Namaste.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Max, for that. Oh, that was so beautiful. It's so sacred to us because it truly brings us back to the jungle and to Costa Rica, which is so special for us. So thank you, Max. It's so fun to create with you and Rachel and to bring people together in this place that's so special to us and to truly honor this land, this culture, this community. Yes. So thank you so much. And thank you to everyone for joining us, for creating the sacred container. Yeah, if anyone has any questions about the retreat coming up,
I think let's introduce Chelsea because she's back. Chelsea, do you want to say hi?
Hi guys, can you hear me now?
We can.
Woo-hoo. Okay, awesome. I'm not really sure why my technology is acting as if I've never used Zoom before, but we're here. I'm so happy to see so many of you that have tuned in for our meditation this evening. Thank you so much, Max, for leading a great imagination of what it's like to be there. I'm so excited to actually experience the retreat itself and this hike and meditation. So I just wanted to pop in without saying too much, show my face, introduce myself. We've been working closely with Teva and Sisters That Stray to prepare an amazing retreat for you. So that's really all I have to say. So I hope to see some of you there.
Thanks, Chelsea. I'm glad that the technology was cooperating. So
finally.
So, yes. So perfect. If something shifted inside of you from connecting to this experience, from connecting to the jungle, which I have a feeling like it's impossible to connect to this jungle and not feel something shift and change inside of you. But if you're feeling connected, if you're feeling inspired by this mission that we're sharing with you guys, because this is more than a retreat now, it's turned into a mission. So if it's connecting with you, please reach out to us. We love to hear about even just your experience with this meditation. We love to hear from you, and You can always reach out to us with questions, and it's all the details, if you want to explore that, is on our website, sistersthatstray.com, and that's in the chat if you want to check it out. But again, we're so honored. So honored that everyone joined us, and we're so grateful to be partnered with such incredible, fearless, fierce, selfless leaders as Chelsea and Max and Rachel. So thank you, everybody. Thank you so much, and thank you, Max, for that beautiful meditation.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Yeah, it's great.
Anything to close with from close us off in Costa Rica and send us some of those vibes, Pura Vida vibes?
Well, as the meditation was going on, it's the sun setting right now, and it's kind of a really beautiful glow.
I have to show you.
Take us to
the jungle.
Oh my God.
I'm crying. I'm crying.
Got this beautiful sunset going on right now.
And the howler monkeys were
We're out in full force during the meditation.
Full force. It was pretty magical. But just thank you guys all for taking a little time to like walk with us together, hand in hand in the jungle. It was truly a pleasure.
And the rest of that meditation when you're here is just as involved, just as active, and it gets even deeper. It's really, really incredible to do it here in person. So I can't wait for you all to come and experience it and to meet everyone.
Yeah, we look forward to hopefully meeting you one day.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. We love you so much.
Oh, we love you too.
I'm gonna go cry thinking about the jungle. I'm getting so emotional thinking about it. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful evening.
Infinite love.
Infinite love and gratitude, everybody.